Be sparking and rushing mad like inside the dark. Call me Bill Snatcher, just the brother for the rapture. I hang live, holding on strong, hard to capture. Extravagant, resurrect the track and it's militant. And I react like a convict and start killing. It's manifested. The gods work like appliances, dealing in my psyche.
With the last Boruto chapter, we were given a plot twist that many of us felt was going to come at some point in the story, but not many of us expected it would happen this soon. Kawaki has left the village hidden in the leaves, while the reason hasn't been directly stated yet, which has led to tons of speculation on this matter. I do believe that we're in a situation where enough clues have been dropped for us to start the real conversation about why Kawaki joining Code, and what is likely something that starts off as an innocent sacrifice to join the enemy to protect a loved one will be perverted into Kawaki joining Code outright altogether and turning against Naruto. I think now's the time for us to have this conversation. So obviously, if you're an anime only fan, this is going to have spoilers in this discussion, so I thank you for your support. But this is a time of the month where a lot of the content that we talk about here does have spoilers, so from here on I'm going to assume that you're all caught up with the manga and you do not care about me talking about spoilers. Now, getting right into it, I think that we're in a pretty unique situation here with the character of Kawaki. I feel most of us would agree that right now, as of where we are in the manga as of this recording, Kawaki is leaving the village because he likely thinks that doing so is a good way to protect Naruto. In the past few chapters, we've seen Kawaki's concern from Naruto post losing the Nine Tails, and it's grown with the more information that Kawaki's received. He asked Amado in one chapter if Amado thought that Naruto could defeat Code in a battle, to which Amado directly states that any battle against Code likely ends in defeat, but he did say it's impossible to calculate how much power Naruto lost by losing the Nine Tails. In the last chapter, near the start of it, we see that Kawaki remembers those words that Amado spoke to him via the flashback when Inojin says that if anyone comes to the village that they're likely going to be dealt with by Naruto or Sasuke. And then at the end of that chapter, we see that Kawaki leaves the village. I think that this right here is enough for us to start drawing a straight line correlation of Kawaki wanting to leave to protect the others, in particular in order to protect Naruto. This isn't the first time he's been written as worrying that he's a burden to Naruto as a character. Boruto directly tells him that he's not to feel guilty about anything that's happened, nor is he to feel guilty about what happened with the car members, where people like Delta showed up to the village with the intent of taking Kawaki back. Kawaki in the anime, in I believe episode 211, has a dream about Jigen destroying Konoha to take him back to the car hideout, and in that dream, Kawaki sees the dead bodies of Naruto, Boruto, and etc. Now, you also have a scene where Amado tells Kawaki that the only way for him to realistically protect Naruto is to take back the karma seal that Amado can scientifically re-engineer and place on Kawaki's body, thereby granting Kawaki the power of Ishiki Otsutsuki that is currently inside of Kawaki's body. You also have the talk by Shikamaru and Amado that Kawaki is obsessed with Naruto in the way that a religious zealot is obsessed with somebody that they worship. It screams that this is the reason for him leaving. To a certain extent, it feels like Kawaki isn't too different from Orihime from Bleach. After she watched Ichigo and Chad get bodied by Yami, she left without any warning, speaking to anybody, and by doing so, at least in the short term, it can be argued that she thought that she'd be able to prevent harm from coming towards the people that she cared for. In her mind, it could be argued that if Ulquiorra came to take her back to Aizen by force, Ichigo and the others would be harmed in the process, if not outright killed. I think you're in a very similar situation here, but I do think there are some differences. Number one, obviously Kawaki has not seen this version of Naruto, a Naruto who no longer has the Nine Tails. He hasn't seen him engage in battle, so he does not know if Naruto can defeat Code or if Naruto has something up his sleeve. He just doesn't want to take that chance, similar in the way that Orihime didn't want to take that chance of refusing the order to go to Las Noches. Now, I think that we're also in a situation where Kawaki goes to Code hoping to join him simply to have Naruto spared in return. Upon hearing this information, it is possible, in my opinion, that Ada is very likely to tell Code to just tell Kawaki what it is he wants to hear, reminding him that part of their deal was for her to get her hands on Kawaki. In order for Code's plan to work, he needs to either feed Kawaki or Boruto to the Ten Tails, and they've agreed that they will feed Boruto to the Ten Tails in order to produce a chakra fruit. Telling a white lie to Kawaki that he won't harm Naruto does not take away from this plan. That being said, where things get very interesting is this character Ada. While she can't use her ability to control hearts on Kawaki due to Kawaki being 80% Otsutsuki and Ada saying anyone with Otsutsuki DNA is exempt from her powers, the fact remains that her Senrigan power does work on Kawaki, and we've seen it because she's been tracking Kawaki this whole time. She's been able to watch him with her Senrigan on multiple occasions, which also means that should she choose to do so, she will be able to go back into Kawaki's past to gain intel to find what's needed to make a connection with that character. Kawaki is at a point where the common thing that is going on with him is betrayal. His father betrayed him when he sold him to Jigen after Kawaki's father used to beat him on a regular occasion. Jigen then betrayed Kawaki by experimenting on him after promising Kawaki that he's going to take him to a better place. Kawaki has now betrayed Naruto to an extent by leaving the Hidden Leaf Village. Even if he did so to protect him, to an extent it's still him turning his back on the very things that Naruto offered. A loving family, a place to keep him safe, and a place for Kawaki to grow as a person. Even if it was done out of love and desire to protect Naruto, a betrayal is still a betrayal no matter where the actual intent comes from. This matters because based on the flash forward sequence, we know that Kawaki is seemingly at the center of Konoha's destruction, as shown in Boruto Episode 1 and Boruto Chapter 1 as well. We also know that it's implied that he sealed Naruto away and he's fighting Boruto on top of the Hokage monument, with Boruto stating he didn't think that Kawaki would go as far as he did. The idea that Ada forms a connection with this character and manipulates him into turning against Naruto, it isn't something too crazy. Kawaki's a very rational person. At times, he's very logical, but he's also someone who's very emotional, and emotions can lead to people being manipulated, which is one of the things that Ada clearly does well. Manipulating people, her ability to control hearts just makes that easier, but based on everything we've seen from her, she does give off vibes of being somebody that's a puppet master. Now, Kawaki joining Code, then being manipulated by Ada, isn't too far of a stretch when you look at it from this perspective. The loose end would be the white lie about sparing Naruto, but that can be addressed by Ada spinning a careful web of lies in order to take advantage of Kawaki's mental state and eventually get Kawaki to turn against Naruto. Perhaps it's using the Senrigan's ability to gain intel by going back into the past and seeing everything that Amado did to Kawaki before they met, and then explaining to Kawaki that she, much like Kawaki, had her body experimented on by Amado, that she was turned into a cyborg against her will, much in the same way that Kawaki was. The idea that she twists his head and gets him to go along with her plan to kill Amado is not too crazy because there is no love lost between Kawaki and Amado, as shown by the fact that Kawaki is still very suspicious of Amado, even though Amado has been co-signed by Naruto. Now, forcing Amado to give Kawaki the Karma Seal all over again, forcing him to remove Code's limiters, and have Ada kill him after the fact is not too crazy. It just comes down to if Ada can twist Kawaki into turning against Naruto. Narratively, there's a split between Kawaki and the Uzumaki family that is going to happen at some point in the story. Kawaki meeting with Code might just be the opening of that door to that moment, and Ada could very well be what's on the other side of that door. However, that's just my thoughts on this. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. But as always, guys, if you like anything I had to say, don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, and share. Thank you so much for watching to the end. Have an awesome day, guys.